I should get one of those things that holds your phone while you're in the car, because apparently it's very popular to film while you're in the car, and it certainly makes sense. It's one of the few times that I have some downtime when I can, film and there's no other noise or anything like that. So I digress. I want to talk to you guys about two things today. So thing number one is we're still going forward with the January 28th group trip. Still hoping to have our special guest visitors from other fan companies and from out of the country, but those aren't guaranteed. Either way, it'll be a group trip. And this is our first Saturday trip. And I want to get a real good turnout, because if it goes well, and we get a big turnout and everything goes well, we'll do more of them on Saturdays. And the great thing about doing them on Saturdays is that we can tour a lot more places in Fanimation. We normally can't go in the R&D lab because they're on phones and, we can't make any noise and it's distracting. But on a Saturday, nobody will be there. We can go in the R&D lab. Sometimes we can't go in the bullpen depending on how many people are on conference calls and meetings and stuff like that. No, we can go in the bullpen. We can play with the remotes and we can, do any number of things that we can't always do when Fanimation is in business, And Tom and I will talk and we'll figure out, which areas that we don't normally go to, we're going to go to. I don't know if there's any interest in going to the back of the warehouse, and, we still have to talk about the safety issues there. But, we'll discuss it, and we'll see what the requests are for, and this will be a good trial run. But if enough people don't come, it won't give us enough data, to really figure out how we're going to do it going forward. So we really need a good turnout so we know if the Saturday trips are going to be a thing. And so definitely want to get the word out that even if you've been before, if you come on January 28th, you'll get to see some things that we haven't seen so far on the group trips. Plus, and I don't know this because I haven't been back there yet, but I have a sneaking suspicion that the upstairs boardroom, which is technically called the product display room, will be done and have all new fans and remotes. So that'll be pretty cool. I think since the first trip, people have been bugging me to find out, when we can have a bunch of operational fans in there. And so I think this will be the first time that there will be. But that's just a guess based on talking to people before I left last time. It might be done already. I don't know. I haven't been there since the last group trip. And so who knows? And when I left, they had tore out the ceiling and they were putting in a new ceiling so that it would be, all fresh and new and safe for new fans. And then they were going to rewire it and do all new wiring. And then they were going to hang new fans. So it should be very exciting. Other thing I wanted to talk about is I get a lot of people that call me. I put my phone number on the internet, in case parents need to call me, in case people buying and selling fans need to call me. My phone number is out there. You can find it if you look for it. And I get a lot of people that call me and just want to chat about fans. And I love to talk about fans, but I don't have time to take a lot of phone calls. If you watch my videos enough, you know what I do for a living. I do the fan stuff, and I'm a musician, which means I'm either in the studio or in rehearsal or in church, or I'm filming fans at the shop, or I'm working on fans at the shop, or I'm at Fanimation. Any number of things that I'm doing, none of them I can do with a phone held to my ear while I'm doing it. It's just, I can't multitask like that. I can't generally hear if there's music going on, or I can't talk on the phone while I'm filming, or, so I very, very rarely talk on the phone. In fact, the only time I ever really talk on the phone is when I'm driving, and usually then that's catching up with my wife while she's at work, or I'm at work, and family and everything else like that. So if you want to chat with me about fans, that's great, and I'd love to do it. What I ask is that you message me on Facebook, because I can do that while I'm doing other things. I can multitask. I can have numerous conversations at once, and I can respond to any questions that anyone might have about fans or about anything else. And I'm fully okay with that, but it's not a good idea to call me on the phone because I generally won't have time to talk. It's not that I don't want to, I don't have the time. And if there's any reason you need to talk to me on the phone and it has to be on the phone, message me first and say, hey, Dan, or Spiffy, or whatever you call me. I really need to talk to you on the phone about this. I need you to explain how to wire this thing, or I need you to, whatever. And then give me your number, and I'll call you back at a time that's convenient, or heck, even if you just give me notice and say, hey, this is what I'm calling about, then I can try to answer. But otherwise, I just, don't have a lot of time to talk on the phone. And if you don't have Facebook and can't message me there, then email me. If you don't have email, you send me a message on Instagram. I don't generally check those Instagram messages a lot, but I do check them occasionally. Or, any social media, any online thing is a great way to talk to me. And if I don't respond, it means I didn't see it. So just make sure that I see it. I think you can even message somebody on YouTube. The best way is Facebook message, because I do check those, and I can check them from my phone and the computer. Second best way is email, because again, I do check that, my Gmail, dspiffy@gmail, and you can check that from a phone or a computer. Those are the two best ways to message me. If you don't have either of those, we'll work something out. But if you don't have either of those, then, and it's because of your parents, haven't let you, then, have your parents talk to me. And then I'm sure they'd be okay with you setting something up just so that you and I can communicate about fans, with their supervision and everything like that. Or you can maybe even they let you use their account to do that, or whatever. We can work something out. But I don't, I've gotten a lot of people that are calling me and I don't recognize the numbers, and I pick up and I'm right in the middle of something. I'm not trying to be rude. I don't have the time. Somebody called me today and I was getting ready for a gig, and I had to rush them off the phone because I had to finish getting ready so I wouldn't be late for the gig. And then what people will do when I say message me on Facebook, a lot of times they'll turn around and send me a voice call or a video call on Facebook, but that's the same thing as talking on the phone for me. I don't have time for that either. Just send me a message. Just type it out, push enter, then I'll type my response and push enter, and if it takes me a while to reply, I'm busy or sleeping or something, but, that's the best way. Fan collectors have been wanting to Skype and video chat for as long as I can remember, and I don't get it. I don't understand, why that's necessary. But, you can type it out. Why do we need the video? You want to see fans, there's pictures, you can see videos on YouTube. Other thing that I wanted to point out, I don't generally watch fan videos on YouTube unless somebody sends them to me and says, hey, can you please watch this? Here's why. And I know that's ironic given that I post all my fans on YouTube, and I do that because I got a lot of requests for that. I wasn't on YouTube. I wasn't the first collector on YouTube. I think Cole was the first big fan collector YouTube presence, Vintage Fans and More. And, and him and others were like, well, why don't you start doing videos? And I really didn't want to, because I thought pictures were sufficient. But as it turned out, videos became very popular, and so now I do it pretty much religiously. But yeah, I'm not in the habit of watching. So every so often I'll come across a video that somebody will send me, or I'll come across it some other way that's like, hey, this is for Dan Newman, or this is for Spiffy, or something like that. And I didn't see it because I wouldn't have thought to look for it. So if there's something that you specifically want me to see, again, tell me about it. And the best way to tell me about it is to message me on Facebook, and if that doesn't work, then send me an email. Yeah. So, and then just to reiterate what I put in a previous video, if you comment something on YouTube or you reply to a YouTube comment and I don't reply, either I didn't see it or YouTube wouldn't let me reply. There's still a lot of cases where I try to reply to a YouTube comment and YouTube gives me an error message. I don't know why that is. I figured out how to get around it. For any new comments on videos, I figured out how to get around it, but when people comment on a comment, sometimes I still can't reply to those, even on my own videos. So, that's all I got. January 28th. If you want to talk, message me on Facebook. If you need to talk some other kind of way, give me a heads up first and we'll work it out. I still can't reply to all YouTube comments. I'm headed to an out-of-town gig tonight. I don't know if there's going to be any fans there. If there is, I'll film them. I did stop by Habitat on my way, and there were a couple new things, nothing interesting, but I'll post that video before I leave. yeah, and then tomorrow I'm packing, and then I have just a regular church gig tomorrow night and Sunday morning, and then Sunday afternoon, Nia and I are heading to Virginia to spend Thanksgiving with Nia's family, and Abby's meeting us there, and I don't know, like I said in a previous video, I don't know if there will be any chances to film anything out there. Obviously, if we go any place new where there's sightings, I'm going to try to go to a couple habitats while I'm out there. So it's hard because they're spread apart and the traffic is bad and they don't generally have a lot of stuff, but I'm going to try it. And so I'll do some habitat videos while I'm out there. If anything changes with my in-laws fans, I'll film those. If I meet up with any other collectors, I'll film that. But yeah, there's a possibility that there won't be any new fan videos for a couple weeks. So hopefully all my recent stuff, especially the stuff from Fanimation, will keep everybody busy for a while. And that's all I got for this video. So thanks for watching.